Whiskey Bravo 3 Alpha Charlie. I talked to you a couple of weeks ago, Jim, and I think I made some alterations on the transmit side. I had the graph in front of me. I knocked some of the lows off and pulled the middle up and pulled the upper ends up, and I've got my amplifier up and running. How's sound? Go ahead.
Oh, I think you've got a handle on it, sir. It sounds beautiful, Roger.
Sir, it sounds beautiful, Roger. Hey, you say that just makes me that makes my day, Jim. I really appreciate that.
Roger, well, it's a pleasure to hear audio that's, finely tuned, and yours has got the mark of approval on it, sir, for sure. And one more time with the call sign. I think we doubled last.
Okay, Whiskey Bravo 3 Alpha Charlie. You and I talked a couple weeks ago, and you made some suggestions, and you also suggested I get my amp running. Well, I did. I got my old Kenwood cranking. It's about 500 or 600 watts out now, so how copy? Go ahead.
Oh, just beautiful. I'm copying you on Milford, PA. Come back and tell me a little bit about your antenna system, and I'll switch over to my local antenna, Roger.
Okay, I'm Ben Burkle, that MFJ jobby down there. That's pretty much my go-to antenna for general use, and it served me well. I've worked some DX with it and some FT8 and everything else, and I'm just happy with it. Go ahead.
Roger, I got probably about 10 over on my local antenna, so I can really look at the spectrum analyzer. The internets are nice, the internet SDRs are nice, but they do have a little low frequency roll off there, about 300 cycles or so on down, and they kind of roll it out. So mine is it's FT990 highly modified receiver transmitter, and it's good down to 100 cycles, and you were probably rolling out at about 250 or so, but a nice bottom in there, and good overall balance. Roger.
Thank you, Jim. I'm looking at the graphic equalizer. I found the graphic equalizer on this 890, and it slices it up to 300 mil slices. You can regular equalizer. You can run the sliders up and down, So I did talk to a friend of mine. He's almost walking distance. Of course, we jacked the power way down. And he says it sounds like I was talking to him face to face. Go ahead.
Absolutely, yes. Just beautiful EQ there, and that's a multi-band equalized on the transmit side, Roger.
Yes, receive is another set of controls on it, but I mess around with that, and some audio is good, some audio is bad. Everybody's audio is a little bit different, so
Roger. Well, a lot of folks get lost in those 10-band EQs. It's like something out of Star Wars to try to adjust those for some folks. But if you kind of know what you're doing, and my main premise on those 10 bands is you try to stay flat in the mid-range from about 750 cycles up to maybe 1.5. Try to stay flat in those areas, because the bottom end has got to come up to balance with the mid-range, and the top end has got to come up to balance for the mid-range. And if you jack the mid-range up, it's so much harder for the ends, the top and the bottom, to catch up with it. So usually we just keep those mid-range EQs flat, and then just work balance on the either end. And that's so much a point that even ICOM in their 7300 decided they didn't need a mid-range EQ because they wanted to keep that flat anyway, so why even put it there? So all you have on the 7300 is a treble equalization and a bass equalization to catch up with the mid-range, or to balance to the mid-range, and that's all you really need, Roger.
Okay, I understand. I'm looking at the graph right now. I'll read them off real quick. 0 is minus 12, 300 is minus 8, 600 is minus 6, 900 is minus 3, then at 1200 I have it 0, 1500 plus 2, 18 plus 3, 21 plus 3, 24 plus 2, then 27 at 0, and 3,000 at -1, 3,300 -2, and goes on down to -5, -7, down to around -7 to 4.9. So does that sound reasonable?
Yeah. You could not have to roll off that topper end. You know, you've got a filter that will take care of that top end. You're running, I'm assuming, 100 to 2900 bandpass. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I recommend. Usually that's, about max. The 7300 has 3 positions for a bandpass, and I recommend all 3 positions be set to 100 to 2900. There's no sense in having to, make that radio less than what it can be, Roger.
This is the 890, the Kenwood 890. It has all that you can adjust all the little slices. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger, I'm just saying, that 100 to 2900 is the best bandpass that I recommend, Roger.
Very good, Jim. Thank you very much for the complimentary, and thank you for your help that you've done me and everybody else. I appreciate it. And I'll let you catch up with everybody else. KC9VKV, WB3ACC. Stay safe and, stay healthy, Jim. Thanks.
Roger, ACC. What's the name there and the location?
Lee, Lima, Echo, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Roger, Lee. Good sound. Way to go. 73. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you've got a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.